Hello and welcome to Simudan, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So today what I was going to do was a fly around the Isle of Wight, but I found that on YouTube that was already oversaturated. So what I've gone for is a flight around Cornwall today, starting off on the Isles of Scilly, or the Scilly Isles, whichever way that's meant to go around, I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to be flying the Icon today, which is this nice compact looking aircraft, and we will be taking off due east, going over Land's End, going over Penzance and the St Michael's Mount, taking in the Lizard, and then going across the land over to St Ives. And at St Ives I plan to land this thing in the water because it is an amphibious craft. Right, so let's get to it. As you can see, it looks almost like a car on the inside. I really like the interior of this aircraft. Right, everything is ready for us. We've been cleared for takeoff, so let's get to it. There we go, and we're off. So we'll take a quick look on the outside, around the surrounding islands, just as we leave them. Oh, bit of lag there. As always, looking spectacular. I have a feeling it might just be lagging because I am currently recording as well as flying in a very graphic heavy simulator. It is also streaming in everything at the same time, so apologies for that. So if I hit V, I should be able to see roughly where we are. Zoom out there. So I actually need to be going more over that direction.
X-ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
St. Mary's Tower Icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra.
Just about to see the
change.
land in the distance.
St. Mary's Approach Icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type icon A5 2 miles east of St. Mary's. Request flight following.
So
Icon Alpha,
just
Sierra,
about to see
X-ray
Land's
Golf
End.
Sierra, St. Mary's Approach. Squawk 1232.
It's roughly where we want to be. As I say, we'll go around the southern coastline of Cornwall as far as the Lizard, and then Lizard, and then we'll go straight across.
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my
They're
last
getting a little
transmission?
bit miffed with me because I'm not responding.
Squawk 1232 Icon X-ray Golf Sierra.
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact 3 miles east of St. Mary's, 1,600 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Something else I haven't done is lifted the flaps. There you go. So now I could, in theory,
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra,
take a dive for the
northwest
water here
destination.
and be fine. I won't though.
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra.
So our altitude looks to be staying steady at roughly 2,500 feet. Hopefully it won't take us all that long to get over to mainland England, although it may take a little while. Although possibly not for you, as I will likely skip the transit over this body of water. So here we are now, just approaching Land's End. Now, I've been to Cornwall. I've never actually been to Land's End itself, so you will have to judge for yourselves how accurate the simulators actually recreated it. From what I'm aware, there's not actually a great deal there. I'll let that hand off.
118.775 Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Not sure why it's Manchester when they were near
Center,
Manchester.
Icon Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 2,100 feet.
There you go. I think each one of these blocks is another area of airspace, but I'm not entirely sure how it actually works. Perhaps not, because this block would be this portion of sea, so who knows? I don't quite know how it works.
Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra contact approach on 134.05.
134.05 Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra. Approach Icon Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 1,800 feet.
Icon Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
So from what I'm aware, Land's End is actually the very point, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. My understanding was Land's End was the very point, or the very most southerly point of Britain, and you had John O'Groats, which is a very northern point of mainland Britain. Some buildings down here though. In fact, I was kind of expecting somewhere around here a bit of a car park as well. We'll go to the coastline here, and then we'll start following the coast around. There's lots of different buildings in different places. On the outside, have a better look. This looks like the sort of thing I was expecting. The very tip as well, so it could possibly be this. This is where you would come to, I believe, if you went to Land's End. I very much doubt the buildings actually look like that though. Let's follow the coast around now. We'll head next to Penzance. Penzance. I keep saying that wrong. No idea why. Penzance. And then we'll head from Penzance over St Michael's Mount, over to the Lizard, and then back across land to eventually land, flop in the sea next to St Ives. Although I will likely take a pass at St Ives first. If anyone has ever actually been here and knows what it actually looks like, and whether this is at all true to life, then please let me know in the comments. From up here, this looks absolutely stunning, but I would imagine from down there that looks rather flat. I think in reality these Icon A5s actually fold up, so you can see just here in the wings there's these little seams, and I think they fold upward there, so you can put them on the back of your trailer or what have you and take them off with you to well, wherever you want to go. Whether or not I'm misinformed, I don't know. Let me know if you know. But that is my understanding. Now this is very British, isn't it? The patchwork quilt effect of different fields going across the countryside there. I think that might be the Telegram Museum down there. Telegraph Museum. It's quite interesting. It had been there. All about how they get messages, or got messages across the ocean to begin with. Sort of miles in that direction over to France. No, I think no, miles in that direction over to, or that direction either. Even over to the States, I believe, if I remember correctly. I do love this simulator for its graphics. And, as I proved last time, its ease of use for new players, for new flight simulator enthusiasts. Move this out of the way, I might actually see my altitude. 3,000 feet almost. No, 1,000 feet. Just over 1,000 feet. 1,300. Looking at the wrong needle. Probably get rid of that as well. I love Cornwall for all these little bays that you get all around the coastline. Just a spectacular place to visit. If you've never been, strongly encourage going. Tiny little old port town down here, look. Huge fishing industry in Cornwall. And it's all out of these little bay towns that tend to go up the hillside. A little harbour in the middle for the fishing boat. And now we're coming round to Penzance. Which is this big town here, if I'm not mistaken. Goes sort of around the side there. that over there is St Michael's Mount, so we'll head over there in a minute. What is this flattened mess? No idea, but it makes it look interesting. The Penzance station over there, and the railway coming out. You can catch a train all the way up to London from there. Possibly even the furthest west you can go by rail, at least on this very southern coast. Now off to St Michael's Mount. See how well they've I'd imagine they probably haven't handcrafted it, but we will see whether the castle on St Michael's Mount is good or not. Is any good? What I'd imagine is it's a bit like Buckingham Palace. Now, Buckingham Palace on this game spawns as an office block, because no building that size could possibly be a house. No one could possibly live there, you see. That would just be greedy. Oh, severe lag again. But imagine this castle from above probably has done the same thing. We will soon see. Castle is that building dead ahead of us. It's a lot taller than that in reality. Evidently, it's a warehouse. Now when the tide is out, you can actually cross this bit here by road. Otherwise, it has to be ferried across. So next, we'll head just around here to the lizard. Or is it just lizard? Let me know. Is it just lizard or is it the lizard? Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, in reality, lizard is actually too close to the military bases, local military bases, to actually be flown over. But I don't believe military action will be taken in this simulator. But I think, when looking at the map, these orange circles are likely no-fly zones. Absolutely beautiful there. Even if they do get a few things wrong, you cannot fault the game for getting it wrong, and you can't fault the programmers for the fact that they haven't actually managed to program everything. Using Bing Maps is not the worst thing in the world. Go back inside. Although what they have thought of, if you look very closely, is fingerprints on the glass. Alright, I think we will take a little bit of a cut across the water here. See what happens when we cross this line. Imagine we'll get a air traffic controller giving us a shout. I'm not going the wrong way, you don't know where I'm going. It's not the incorrect heading, it's the very correct heading. 2. No, well, across the line and nothing's happened. We shall see. Probably actually some of the better runways in the area to land. Knowing how small the most of the runways are in this area that I've looked at, I have opted to land in the sea instead. But also, it's just nice to test out this amphibious aircraft. Definitely feels like a car though, like sat nav. Little buttons in the middle even look. It could be. Oh look, the taxi light's still on. Nav, strobe, need to be on, I think. That's it. What I'm realising though is it is a long way to fly from Lizard to St Ives. A heck of a long way, isn't it, for the speed that we're going. What are we going? About 95 knots. Well, that's not too bad. So once again, let me know if there's anywhere else you'd like to see me fly over. There's plenty of places I can fly over. I've got the entire world, it doesn't have to be Britain. It could be anywhere you like. Even if it's like deepest, darkest Peru. See if we can find Paddington Bear. This is a lighthouse. See, the controls invert when I come outside, so suddenly I'm looking in a different direction to what I expect when I it's just an island with trees. I start looking around. Okay. I think that is Mullion over there. Maybe I've got this wrong and that is Lizard. Maybe. But I thought it was in this little bit somewhere over here. Possibly not. There you go. I think this one and one in that direction are military bases. I think owned by the Royal Navy. Owned and run by the Royal Navy, I think. Hence the sheer size of it in the middle of nowhere with nothing in the way of well, any real facilities. No big airport building. Ah, here it is. Now my understanding is these come off the ground a lot further than that. But you can kind of see how when they're taking it from aerial photographs they've got that wrong. Right, so there we go. Now the time to head over this direction. Starting to realise what I should have done is have Google Maps open so I could actually have a proper look at these. Be able to see where I'm going and all the place names. But alas, I'm not that sensible. Always curious how much water I actually need to land on. I'm fairly certain that couldn't be landed on. There must be a minimum size to be able to land this. I don't know what that is. I think this down here is a holiday park. And I have a feeling I actually stayed here when I visited the area. Yep, I was in one somewhere around there. Right, so if I go straight on now, I should arrive around the bay where St Ives is placed, or roughly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here and I will see you when I get there. So here we are approaching St Ives. What I'm going to do is I'm going to approach this body of water here first, and then I'll follow it around, follow into the coast, and that there is St Ives. Whoa, there you go. It seems to lag every so often. I think it's just as it loads in the next batch of bits and pieces for us. Cut the engines. So we do not need to be coming down that fast. So you actually pass this on the train. I'm not sure whereabouts the train passes this. If you get the train into St Ives, you actually pass this, and it's just absolutely spectacular looking out from here and across the bay. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, the waters genuinely do look this clear as well on a nice day. It genuinely feels like you are not in Britain anymore when you're here. Feels like you've sort of popped off to the south coast of France or something. you go. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick pass at St Ives. I'll probably do that in the exterior view when we get a little bit closer. A little bit more power to do that. And then I will head back this direction and take a splash in the water. Might even actually land just in front of St Ives Beach, just there, if I can. Now the downside to landing in the water is you don't have any brakes, which will be interesting. Beach over there, beach here, and I think the railway station somewhere at the top of this hill. Yeah, yep, I think this is the rail line here going alongside. No? I don't know, it's somewhere there. Right, let's have a... there we go. What's amazing about St Ives is you've got these two beaches both sides. Point as well. Just an amazing place. Just imagine sitting on that beach there with that view. Right, I need to be inside, I think. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn around again to land, because I'm not going to make it otherwise. So we'll go back to external while I do that. So if I make a turn here, I come in this way. It's quite sharply, because I can. Up the engines. We'll just come into glide and see if we can go in there somewhere. How shallow this water would actually be in reality, I have no idea, but I believe I'm going to make it on here. There we go, I'm on water. And I'm going to crash. Up on the beach. And I crashed. Well, on that note, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe and like this video. I will be releasing another video next week. I think probably another Train Simulator World video, although I'm not quite decided yet. I might do some Euro trucking. Yeah, have a good one.